All right, so you're prepping for a social care worker interview,
Uh-huh.
and you want to really nail it.
Of course.
Well, we've got this deep dive today to help you out with that.
Oh,
We're going to be looking at some real interview questions for this role.
okay.
And so we're pulling insights from a couple different sources.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a detailed guide on the social care worker career path from RoleCatcher,
I love those guys.
and then PLUS. We have some real interview questions
Nice.
that are actually used for this exact role.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
it's
fantastic.
going to be great.
Yeah.
What we're really aiming for is to help you feel prepared and confident
Right.
when you walk into that interview.
For sure.
And so we'll be looking at the why behind those tricky questions,
Yeah.
and then also looking at how to craft some answers
Okay.
that will really make you stand out.
Awesome.
So first, let's just paint a picture of what the social care worker role really is.
Okay.
I mean, you're not just there to help with daily tasks. You're really like a champion
Yeah.
for these people's well-being. And
Okay.
we're talking psychological,
Yeah.
social, emotional,
Yeah.
and physical well-being.
That's a big responsibility.
It's a big deal.
It is.
So think of yourself as like a vital link
Okay, got it.
between individuals, families, organizations, and the whole community.
It's a very important role.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
So let's jump into these interview questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Brace yourself, because here comes a very common one.
Okay.
Why did you choose to pursue a career in social care? It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but I think there's actually a lot they're trying to uncover with this question.
For sure.
So what do you think they're really looking for there?
Well, I think the interviewer wants to see that you have a genuine passion for helping others,
Uh-huh.
but also they want to see that you really grasp what the challenges of the role are.
Okay.
So instead of just giving a generic answer like, I
Yeah.
like to help people. Yeah.
Share a personal story that sparked your interest
Okay.
in this field.
Yeah.
Did a volunteer experience open your eyes to the needs of others?
Oh, okay.
Did a family member's experience inspire, you know, something like that?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And I think vulnerability and authenticity
Yeah,
can be really powerful tools in an interview.
definitely.
And speaking of preparation,
Yeah.
there's this tool that can be super helpful
Okay.
in crafting these kinds of answers.
Right.
RoleCatcher.
Oh, yeah, I love RoleCatcher.
Have you used it?
Yeah, I have actually.
I think.
It's great, especially for people that are preparing for a social care worker interview.
Uh-huh.
One of my favorite features is the AI-powered feedback tool.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So you can actually practice answering questions,
Okay.
record yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then get AI-powered analysis on your tone, clarity, and content.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah,
It can analyze all that?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's incredible.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
It's like having a virtual interview coach.
Like in your pocket.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I bet that kind of feedback would really
Yeah.
boost your confidence going into an interview.
Definitely.
Okay, but for now, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
What about those tricky behavioral questions?
Yeah.
Like, how would you suggest someone tackles this one?
Okay.
How do you manage challenging behaviors from clients?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
It's tough.
It is tough.
Yeah. Well, I think this question is designed to assess your composure
Okay.
and how you approach behavior management
Uh-huh.
in those difficult situations.
Yeah.
So the interviewer wants to see your ability to stay calm under pressure,
Mm-hmm.
think critically,
Okay.
and then respond effectively.
Yeah, so instead of just saying, I stay calm,
Right.
how can someone really demonstrate their skills
Yeah.
in this area?
So I think you need to focus on showcasing your communication and problem-solving abilities. Highlight that you understand active listening and de-escalation techniques.
Okay.
Think back to a time when you faced a similar situation,
Right.
maybe with a difficult coworker or a family member.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that situation?
Okay.
What specific strategies did you use to communicate effectively and find a resolution?
I love it. Sharing those real-world experiences can really make your answers stand out.
Absolutely.
And this is where I think RoleCatcher's AI can really come in handy again.
Oh, for sure.
So tell me a little bit about how it can be used in this situation.
Well, RoleCatcher can actually analyze job descriptions, and it highlights the specific skills and experience that employers are looking for.
Okay.
So if the job posting really emphasizes de-escalation techniques, you can tailor your answer to showcase those specific skills.
So it's like having a personal career coach
Yeah.
guiding you every step of the way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump back into those social care worker interview questions.
Okay.
This next one, it may seem simple,
Okay.
but it's actually a great opportunity to showcase
Mhm.
how well you understand the core values of this role.
Okay.
So the question is, how do you ensure you provide appropriate support and care to clients?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's important.
It is. So what are some of the key points
Yeah.
someone should really focus on in their answer?
All right, well, this is your chance to really highlight
Okay.
how well you understand assessment techniques,
Mm-hmm.
care planning,
Okay.
and individualized support.
Okay.
So emphasize your ability to identify what a client's needs are,
Uh-huh.
both what they express to you and what
Yeah.
you observe,
Okay.
and then how you tailor your approach to each unique situation.
So it's like being a detective a little bit.
Yeah.
Uncovering those needs
Uh-huh.
and then crafting like a personalized roadmap for support.
Exactly.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, so walk the interviewer through your process.
Okay.
How do you actually gather information
Mm-hmm.
about a client's preferences
Yeah.
and needs?
Okay.
What methods do you use to assess their physical, emotional, and social well-being?
Mm-hmm.
And I think most importantly, how do you ensure that the client is actually involved in that decision-making process?
That's huge.
Yeah, you want to make sure their voice is heard
Right.
and their preferences are respected.
Absolutely.
That's crucial.
It shows that you're not just following a rigid script.
Right.
You're really tailoring your approach
Exactly.
to each individual.
It's all about individualized care.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about a question
Okay.
that can sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable.
All right.
How do you ensure that you maintain appropriate boundaries with clients?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It's a big one.
Definitely.
And it goes straight to the heart
Yeah,
of professional ethics in social care.
for sure.
So what are some of those essential points
Yeah.
that someone should really touch on
Okay.
to show that they understand
Yeah.
the importance of boundaries?
All right. Well, first and foremost,
Okay.
you want to emphasize that you understand confidentiality
Mm-hmm.
and your commitment to protecting that sensitive information
Okay.
that is absolutely non-negotiable in this line of work.
Absolutely.
And then also discuss your approach to avoiding what we call dual relationships.
Oh, can you explain what dual relationships are?
Yeah.
I think some of our listeners might not be familiar with that term.
Sure. So a dual relationship is basically when you have a professional relationship with a client
Okay.
and also a personal relationship with that client.
Okay.
So that could be like a friendship or
Right.
a business partnership,
Got it.
something like that.
Okay.
And these situations can really cloud your professional judgment
Right.
and potentially put the client at risk. So it's super important to avoid those.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Keep those lines clear.
Yeah.
Maintain that professional distance.
Yeah.
What else can someone do
Oh.
or mention to really drive home
Yeah.
their commitment to professionalism?
I think referencing professional codes of conduct
Okay.
or ethical guidelines that inform your practice
Yeah.
is always a good thing to do.
Mhm.
It shows that you're not just making up your own rules,
All right.
that you're operating within a framework
Uh-huh.
of established ethical principles.
So it's like having a compass
Yeah.
to guide your actions,
Yeah.
making sure you're always on the right track ethically. I like that.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears a little bit to
Okay.
a question that is so important
Right.
in today's diverse society.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that you are meeting the needs of culturally diverse clients?
That's a great question.
It is.
And this question is really all about gauging your cultural competence.
Mhm. So what kind of qualities or skill would really impress an interviewer when answering this question?
Well, you want to highlight your sensitivity to the unique needs and experiences
Okay.
of clients from diverse backgrounds.
Yeah.
So explain how you approach communication respectfully,
Mhm.
taking into consideration any potential language barriers
Right.
and different cultural norms.
So it's like being a cultural chameleon almost,
Yeah,
adapting your approach to
exactly.
each individual's background and needs.
It's all about meeting people where they're at
Yeah.
and understanding their unique perspective.
And I imagine RoleCatcher could be a really valuable tool
Oh, for sure.
in preparing for this specific question.
Definitely.
How
So
does...
let's say you're applying for a position
Okay.
that involves working with a large immigrant population.
Uh-huh.
RoleCatcher can analyze that job description
Okay.
and suggest ways to highlight
Yeah.
any relevant experiences or volunteer work that you've done
Yeah.
that really demonstrate your understanding of the
Yep.
challenges
Yep.
that newcomers face.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's like having a personalized research assistant
Yeah,
helping you tailor your answers
exactly.
to each specific job.
It's a really helpful tool.
Okay, let's move on to another common question
Okay.
that I think often trips people up.
Right.
How do you manage your workload and prioritize tasks?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
It is a classic.
That's designed to really assess
Mm-hmm.
how you handle stress, organization, and those competing priorities.
Yeah.
So the key here is to really demonstrate that you have a system in place
Uh-huh.
to manage your time effectively.
So what kind of
Yeah.
system
Yeah.
should someone highlight in their response?
Think about the tools and strategies that you actually use.
Okay.
Do you rely on a planner? Do you make really detailed to-do lists?
Okay.
Do you use a specific time management technique,
Yeah.
like maybe the Eisenhower matrix?
Yeah.
Share how you assess the urgency and importance of different tasks,
Okay.
and explain your process
Mhm.
for deciding what to tackle first.
So it's about demonstrating that you're not just reacting to chaos.
Right.
You're proactively managing your time and responsibilities.
Are you sure?
All right, now let's be real for a second.
Okay.
Even with the best planning,
Yeah,
things don't always go smoothly.
that's true.
So how would you advise someone to answer a question
Yeah.
about a time they made a mistake at work?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
But those types of questions can feel intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, no one is perfect.
Right.
And interviewers, they know that
Right.
what they're really looking for is
Yeah.
self-awareness,
Uh-huh.
problem-solving skills,
Cool.
and a willingness to learn from your experiences.
So it's not about pretending that you've never messed up.
Right.
It's about owning your mistakes
Yeah,
and showing how you've grown from them.
exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, so choose an example that's
Okay.
relevant to the social care worker role.
Yeah.
Maybe a time you missed a deadline
Yeah.
or miscommunicated with a colleague.
Right.
Be honest about what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but focus on what you learned from that experience and
Mm.
how you've improved your approach as a result.
So it's about reframing a negative experience
Yeah,
as a positive learning opportunity.
legitimately.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, how about building those all-important connections with clients?
Yes.
How would you advise someone to answer the question?
Okay.
How do you develop and maintain positive relationships with clients?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
It is, and it's all about showcasing those interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
And, really that ability to create a supportive and trusting environment
Yeah.
for your clients.
That's key.
It is.
So think about the qualities
Mhm.
that make you a great communicator and caregiver.
So what kind of qualities or behaviors
Yeah.
would really resonate with an interviewer in this context?
Well, I think empathy,
Yeah.
active listening, and clear, compassionate communication are
Okay.
all essential.
Yeah.
So explain how you actually strive to understand
Mhm.
each client's unique perspective
Okay.
and how you tailor your approach accordingly.
So it's about being a master communicator,
Yeah.
using your words and your actions
Uh-huh.
to create a space
Yeah.
where clients feel safe to open up
Yeah, exactly.
and work towards their goals.
That's the goal.
It is.
Yeah, and don't forget to emphasize your ability to build rapport and establish trust.
Yeah.
Those are the cornerstones
No
of
doubt.
any successful client relationship.
Absolutely.
And RoleCatcher
Yes.
can actually help you identify which interpersonal skills are most valued
Okay.
in the specific job that you're applying for.
Okay.
So you can really highlight those strengths.
Right. Tailor it to the job.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, let's move on to a question that really demonstrates, I think, your commitment to staying at the forefront of your field.
Okay.
How do you stay up to date with best practices and new developments in social care?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is. And it really allows you to show your dedication to
Mhm.
continuous learning and your passion for professional growth.
Definitely.
So what are some concrete examples
Yeah.
that someone could share
Okay.
to demonstrate their commitment
Yeah.
to staying informed and improving their skills?
Well, think about the resources that you actually use
Okay.
to stay current.
Mm-hmm.
Do you subscribe to professional journals
Or-
or newsletters?
Mm.
Do you attend any conferences or workshops?
Yeah.
Are you an active member of any professional organizations?
It's like having your own personal library of knowledge that's constantly expanding.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, and don't forget to mention any recent training you've completed or certifications you've earned.
Right.
Those are really tangible examples of your dedication to professional development.
Absolutely. I can see how those concrete examples would really impress an interviewer.
For sure.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground
We have.
in this second part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
But we still have more interview territory to explore.
We do.
Are you ready for the final round?
I am. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're back for the final round of these social care worker interview questions.
All right, let's do this.
I'm ready for whatever those interviewers might throw our way.
I think you're prepared.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one.
All right.
How do you manage and resolve conflicts with colleagues or supervisors?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
It's a tough question.
It can make even the most seasoned professional a little bit nervous, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So what should someone really focus on when answering a question like this?
Well, I think your answer should really show that you approach these situations with professionalism, maturity, and a real focus on finding solutions.
So how can someone showcase those conflict resolution skills in an interview?
Yeah.
What would make an answer really stand out?
Well, I think you should start by emphasizing that you believe in open and respectful communication.
Okay.
Explain that you address issues directly, but always in a way that maintains those positive working relationships.
So it's not about avoiding conflict.
Right.
It's about managing it constructively.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. So, highlight your skills in active listening,
Okay.
empathy, and finding common ground.
So it's about finding that balance
Yes.
between being assertive and being respectful.
Definitely.
Now, are there any specific techniques or approaches that someone could mention?
You could even mention specific conflict resolution strategies that you've learned or used successfully in the past, like mediation or collaborative problem solving.
So it's about showing that you've got like a toolbox of strategies to draw from.
It's all about having those tools.
Okay, now let's imagine the interviewer throws in a real curveball.
Okay.
They ask you to describe a time you made a mistake
Right.
or faced a challenging situation at work.
Ooh, yeah.
How would you suggest someone tackles a question like that?
Well, those questions, they can feel pretty daunting.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're actually a great opportunity to showcase your self-awareness, your problem-solving abilities, and your capacity for growth.
So it's not about pretending to be perfect.
Right.
It's about showing that you can handle those setbacks with grace and resilience.
It's all about how you bounce back.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some tips for answering that question?
Well, choose an example that's relevant to the social care worker role. Be honest about what happened. Explain the steps you took to address the situation, highlighting that problem-solving process. And I think most importantly, focus on what you learned from the experience and how it shaped you as a professional.
Transforming that negative experience into a valuable learning opportunity.
Exactly.
And I bet RoleCatcher could come in handy for this kind of question too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you analyze your answer.
Okay.
And it can give you feedback on how to structure your response effectively.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's incredible.
And it can even suggest ways to highlight the positive outcomes or skills that you gained from that challenging experience.
Yes, you're turning a potential weakness into a strength.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's a really useful feature.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the content of the answers.
Yeah.
But what about delivery?
Okay.
How important is it to pay attention to things like body language or tone of voice during an interview?
Yeah, nonverbal communication is huge.
Okay.
Can really play a big role in how you're perceived by others.
So what are some of the key things to keep in mind?
Well, maintaining good eye contact, smiling genuinely, and sitting up straight can all project confidence and engagement.
Yeah.
And it can really amplify the impact of your words.
So it's like adding another layer of polish
to
your presentation.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't forget tone of voice too, right?
Absolutely. Tone of voice is very important.
What are some tips for that?
Speak clearly with enthusiasm and authenticity.
Okay.
You really want to let your passion for this work shine through.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your nonverbal communication.
Oh, wow.
During practice sessions.
That's amazing.
It's like having a virtual mirror.
Yeah.
Reflecting back, Not just what you say,
Okay.
but how you say it.
That's really cool.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground
We have.
in this deep dive into social care worker interview questions.
Yeah, a lot of good information.
What final piece of advice would you give to someone heading into an interview like this?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is that an interview is a two-way street. It's a chance for you to showcase your skills and experience, of course.
Right.
But it's also an opportunity for you to assess whether this organization is the right fit for you.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
It's not just about them choosing you.
Exactly.
It's about you choosing them too.
It's a mutual decision.
I love that.
Yeah.
So ask thoughtful questions.
Yes.
Be yourself. And let your genuine passion for making a difference really shine through.
That's great advice.
And remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you every step of the way.
Yeah. They're a great resource.
Providing those personalized insights and helping you present your best self.
Yeah, you got this.
So go out there and rock that interview.
Absolutely.
We believe in you.
Best of luck.
That wraps up our deep dive.
All right.
We hope you found these insights valuable and that you feel more prepared to tackle those social care worker interview questions with confidence and clarity.
For sure.
Until next time.
All right.
Keep learning.
Yeah.
Keep growing. And keep making a difference.
Sounds good.